Ethan sat on the edge of his bed, staring at his phone. It had been weeks since Jenna moved to another city, and the silence between them felt heavy. They had been best friends since childhood, sharing everything from secrets to dreams. But now, with Jenna so far away, the distance felt like an ocean separating them. He missed her laugh, the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her favorite books, and their long chats about anything and everything. Ethan picked up his phone again. He wanted to text Jenna, but the words wouldn't come. What could he say? Hey, I miss you, felt too simple, too small for what he was feeling. He felt lost, like a ship adrift without a compass. He opened their last conversation, scrolling through the messages filled with excitement about her new job and the city. But her happiness only deepened his sadness. Sighing, Ethan set his phone down and walked to the window. Outside, the sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink. It was beautiful, but it reminded him of Jenna. They had always watched sunsets together, talking about their dreams and making plans for the future. Now those dreams felt distant and unclear. Ethan's heart ached with the weight of his feelings. He wanted to reach out and reconnect, but the fear of not knowing how to bridge the gap held him back. What if she was too busy? What if she was happier without him? The thoughts spiraled in his mind, making him feel even more isolated. That evening, as he prepared dinner, Ethan thought about all the things Jenna loved. She had always enjoyed cooking, and they had spent countless hours experimenting in the kitchen. Maybe he could send her a recipe, something simple, something they used to make together. It was a small step, but it felt like a way to share a piece of himself with her, even from afar. He grabbed a notebook and began to write. Hey Jenna, I know you're busy in your new city, but I thought of our pasta nights. Here's the recipe we loved. I hope you try it. As he wrote, he felt a bit lighter. It wasn't much, but it was a start. After finishing the note, he snapped a photo of the recipe and sent it to her. He hesitated for a moment before hitting send, but then he took a deep breath and did it. The message whooshed into the digital void, and Ethan felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. Would she respond? Would she feel the same longing he did? Days passed, and Ethan checked his phone constantly, each time feeling a flutter of hope. Finally, a notification popped up. It was Jenna. His heart raced as he opened the message. Ethan, I loved your recipe. I made it for some friends here, and they all enjoyed it. I miss our cooking nights. Ethan's heart soared. They were still connected, still able to share moments, even if they were miles apart. He quickly typed back, I'm so glad. We should plan a cooking video call soon. I miss cooking with you. He hit send, feeling a spark of hope igniting within him. To his delight, Jenna agreed enthusiastically. Yes, let's do it. I can't wait to see you and cook together again. It'll be like old times. That weekend, they set up their video call. Ethan prepared his kitchen, trying to suppress his nerves. He wanted everything to be perfect. When Jenna's face lit up the screen, he felt a wave of warmth wash over him. She looked happy, a little different with her new haircut, but still very much Jenna. Hey! She beamed, her smile brightening the room. It's so good to see you. You too. Ethan replied, his heart racing. So, what are we making? As they cooked together, they fell into their familiar rhythm, laughing and teasing one another, just like before. Jenna showed him her new apartment, and Ethan admired her taste in decor. They shared stories about their days, and for a moment, the distance melted away. Remember when we tried to bake that cake and it fell apart? Jenna laughed, and Ethan joined in, recalling the messy kitchen and the sweet taste of their failure. Yeah, but we ate it anyway. He chuckled, feeling a sense of joy that had been missing for too long. As they finished their meal, Ethan felt a deeper connection growing, one that transcended the miles between them. "I really miss you, Jenna," he admitted, his voice steady, but filled with emotion. "It's not the same without you here." "I miss you too, Ethan, but I'm grateful we can still share moments like this," she said softly. "You've always been my best friend, no matter where we are." Her words wrapped around him like a warm blanket, filling the emptiness he had felt. They talked late into the night, sharing dreams and plans for the future, just like they used. Tio. Ethan realized that while the distance was difficult, their friendship was strong enough to withstand it. After the call ended, Ethan felt a sense of hope he hadn't felt in weeks. He knew that reconnecting wouldn't always be easy, but he was willing to try. He picked up his phone and texted Jenna again. "Let's do this more often. You mean too much to me to let distance come between us." And as he hit send, he smiled, feeling lighter than he had in a long time. He had taken a step toward reconnecting, and that was enough for now. In the days that followed, Ethan felt a renewed sense of purpose. He reached out to Jenna more often, sharing little moments from his life, sending her photos, and even planning future visits. The distance still existed, but it didn't feel as daunting anymore. They were both committed to keeping their friendship alive, no matter what. In the end, Ethan realized that sometimes it just takes a small gesture to reignite the light in a relationship. Their bond had grown stronger, and he knew they could face anything together, even if they were miles apart. And so, in his heart, he knew that he had taken in a friend who felt distant, and she smiled when she saw the effort he was willing to put into their connection. After their heartwarming video call, Ethan felt a sense of purpose. He wanted to keep the connection with Jenna alive, but the distance still weighed heavily on him. Each day felt a bit duller without her laughter echoing in his home. He missed their spontaneous adventures and late-night talks. The world felt a little less bright when she wasn't around. The next week, Ethan decided to take action. He thought about how he could show Jenna that even though they were apart, she was still an important part of his life. Inspired by their cooking session, he decided to create a scrapbook of their memories. It would be a way to remind her of the fun times they shared and the bond they had. Ethan gathered photos from their childhood, pictures from school events, hiking trips, and silly moments that captured their friendship. He printed them all out and started arranging them in a colorful scrapbook. With each photo, he remembered the laughter and joy they had shared. He even added little notes and captions, describing what each moment meant to him. As he worked, he felt the sadness begin to lift. This project was not just about nostalgia. It was a way to celebrate their friendship. He imagined Jenna's face lighting up when she saw the scrapbook, and it made him smile. When he finished, Ethan carefully packaged the scrapbook with a note. "Dear Jenna, I made this for you to remind you of our adventures together. No matter how far apart we are, our memories will always keep us connected. I hope you enjoy it. Miss you lots. Ethan." He mailed it the next day, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. Would she like it? Would it bring her joy? He waited impatiently for her response, checking his phone often, hoping for a notification. A few days later, while Ethan was working on a car in the shop, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Jenna. He quickly wiped his hands and opened the text. "Ethan, I got your package today. I can't believe you made this. It's amazing. I'm crying happy tears right now. Thank you so much." Ethan's heart soared. He could almost picture her smiling through the screen. "I'm so glad you liked it. I had a lot of fun putting it together." "We have so many great memories," he replied. "Let's make more memories soon. How about a virtual game night this Friday?" "I miss our gaming sessions," she suggested. "Absolutely. I'm in." Ethan typed back, excitement bubbling inside. He loved the idea of reconnecting over games, just like they used to do on lazy weekends. As Friday approached, Ethan prepared for their game night. He set up his laptop, making sure everything was ready for a smooth connection. He even made popcorn, a snack they always shared during their gaming marathons. When the time finally came, Jenna's face appeared on the screen, her smile brightening the room. "Hey, ready to lose?" she joked, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Not a chance." Ethan laughed, feeling the warmth of their friendship wrap around him like a cozy blanket. They dove into the game, cheering and teasing each other, just like old times. As they played, Ethan felt the distance between them shrink. They shared stories about their week, discussed their dreams, and laughed until their sides hurt. For those few hours, it felt as if they were in the same room, and he cherished every moment. After the game, they decided to take a break and catch up. "I've been feeling a bit lost without you," Ethan admitted, his voice softer. "It's hard not having my best friend around." "I feel the same way. But I think we're doing a great job of staying connected," Jenna replied, her tone reassuring. "It's not always easy, but I believe we can make it work." Ethan nodded, feeling a surge of hope. "You're right. I'm grateful for our calls and messages. It helps to know you're still here in my life, even from afar." Their conversation flowed easily, and as they talked, Ethan realized that their friendship was stronger than the distance between them. They both cared deeply for each other, and that connection was worth fighting for. In the following weeks, the days flew by as Ethan prepared for Jenna's visit. He could hardly believe it was finally happening. They had spent months connecting through video calls and messages, but seeing her in person again felt like a dream. He wanted everything to be perfect. The thought of sharing their favorite places and creating new memories thrilled him. As the day approached, Ethan cleaned his apartment, making it cozy and welcoming. He filled the fridge with snacks and planned a few activities they could do together. He was excited to show her the hiking trail they had always talked about, a beautiful path that wound through tall trees and along a sparkling river. The morning of Jenna's arrival, Ethan woke up early, filled with anticipation. He couldn't sit still, pacing around his apartment. He glanced at the clock every few minutes, counting down the hours until he would see her again. Finally, the time came. He grabbed his keys and headed to the bus station, where he would meet her. When he spotted Jenna at the terminal, his heart skipped a beat. She looked just as he remembered, her bright smile, sparkling eyes, and the same infectious energy. As she approached, they both broke into wide grins. "Ethan!" she exclaimed, rushing into his arms. "Jenna, it's so good to see you," he replied, holding her tightly. The hug felt warm and familiar, washing away the months of distance. It was as if no time had passed at all. After settling in, they headed out to explore the city. Ethan showed Jenna all their favorite spots, the little cafe where they used to hang out, the park where they played games, and the bookstore that always smelled of new pages and adventure. Each place held memories, and sharing them with Jenna made Ethan feel alive again. As they walked through the park, Ethan noticed Jenna looking around with wide eyes, soaking in the sights and sounds. "This place is even more beautiful than I remember," she said, her voice filled with wonder. "I'm glad you're here to see it," Ethan replied, feeling a warmth in his chest. "I've missed sharing this with you." They settled on a bench, watching the ducks swim in the pond. "I've been thinking a lot about our friendship," Jenna said, her tone serious. "Being apart made me realize how much you mean to me. I don't want to lose what we have." Ethan nodded, feeling the same way. "I feel the same. You've always been my best friend, and no distance can change that. We just need to keep making an effort, no matter where we are." Jenna smiled, her eyes shining. "Exactly. I love that we've stayed connected. I want to keep doing this, even after I go back home." They spent the afternoon reminiscing and sharing dreams. Jenna talked about her new job and the challenges she faced, while Ethan shared his plans for the future. They laughed and encouraged each other, their bond growing stronger with every word. As the sun began to set, Ethan suggested they take a walk along the river. The golden light reflected on the water, creating a magical atmosphere. They strolled, side by side, feeling the gentle breeze and listening to the soft sounds of nature. "Remember our stargazing nights?" Jenna asked, her voice soft and wistful. "We should do that again." "Absolutely. Let's plan a night under the stars," Ethan replied excitedly. "I'll bring the blankets and snacks." As they reached a quieter spot by the river, they paused to take in the view. The sky was painted with shades of purple and orange, and the stars began to twinkle above them. Ethan felt a surge of gratitude for this moment, for Jenna's presence in his life. "Ethan, I really want to thank you for everything you've done to keep our friendship alive," Jenna said, her voice sincere. "It means the world to me." Ethan smiled, feeling a warmth spread through him. "I'm just happy we're together again. It's not just about the distance. It's about the effort we put in. You've always been worth it." They sat in comfortable silence, letting the beauty of the evening wash over them. For the first time in a long while, Ethan felt truly content. The distance that had once felt so heavy now seemed like a bridge they had built together, strong and unwavering. The next day, they planned to hike the trail Ethan had been eager to show her. They packed snacks and water before setting out early in the morning. The sun was shining, and the fresh air filled their lungs with energy. As they walked along the trail, Ethan pointed out different plants and trees, sharing his knowledge of the area. Jenna listened intently, soaking it all in. "You've always had such a passion for nature," she said, smiling. "It's great to see it through your eyes." When they reached the lookout point, the view took their breath away. The valley spread out below them, a tapestry of green and gold. "Wow, this is incredible," Jenna exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "I knew you'd love it," Ethan said, feeling proud to share this special place with her. They took pictures, capturing the moment forever, their laughter echoing in the air. As they hiked back down, Ethan felt a sense of hope blooming within him. Their time together was a reminder that distance could never truly separate them. They had built a foundation of friendship that was strong enough to withstand any challenge. That evening, they set up a cozy spot in Ethan's backyard for their stargazing. They spread out blankets and lay back, looking up at the vast night sky. The stars twinkled like diamonds, and Ethan felt a sense of peace wash over him. "Look, at that one. It's so bright." Jenna pointed, her excitement infectious. They spent hours talking about their dreams, their hopes, and the future. Each word brought them closer, weaving their lives together in new ways. As they wrapped up the night, Jenna turned to Ethan. "I'm so grateful for this time together. It reminds me that no matter where we are, we'll always find a way back to each other." Ethan smiled, feeling a deep sense of connection. "Absolutely. Our friendship is too strong to be broken by distance. We'll keep making memories, no matter how far apart we are." With hearts full of hope and a renewed sense of purpose, they knew their friendship would thrive. The distance that once felt daunting now seemed like a bridge, connecting their lives in ways they had yet to discover. And as they lay under the stars, both Ethan and Jenna felt a joy that came from knowing they were not just friends, but a part of each other's journey, no matter the miles between them. Ethan woke up the next morning, feeling a mix of excitement and sadness. Jenna was still in town, and they had shared some wonderful moments together, but he knew her visit was coming to an end. In just a few days, she would return to her new life in the city, and he felt the looming weight of distance creeping back in. He wanted to make the most of their remaining time. As he made breakfast, he thought about what they could do to create more memories. Everything felt more vibrant with Jenna around, and he wanted to keep that feeling alive for as long as possible. After breakfast, Ethan suggested they visit the local farmer's market. Jenna's eyes lit up at the idea. I love markets. There's something special about fresh food and all the colors, she said, her enthusiasm contagious. At the market, they wandered from stall to stall, sampling fruits and vegetables, and chatting with local vendors. Jenna was in her element, her laughter ringing out as she tried to haggle for a basket of ripe strawberries. Ethan felt joy watching her be herself, carefree and full of energy. Let's make a picnic, Jenna suggested. We can pack some of these goodies and find a nice spot to enjoy them. Ethan loved the idea. They filled a basket with fresh bread, cheese, strawberries, and lemonade. The sun was shining brightly as they found a cozy spot under a large oak tree in the nearby park. As they spread out their blanket, Ethan felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. This is perfect, he said, taking a deep breath of the fresh air. I'm so glad we're doing this together. They sat down to enjoy their picnic, sharing stories and laughter. Jenna told Ethan about her new job, the challenges she faced, and how she was learning to adapt to a new environment. It's scary sometimes, she admitted, but I know I have to keep pushing myself. Ethan nodded, understanding the struggle. You've always been brave, Jenna. I admire that about you. You're going to thrive there. I just know it. As they finished their meal, Jenna looked at Ethan thoughtfully. What about you? How have you been coping with everything? Ethan hesitated for a moment, unsure of how to express his feelings. It's been tough. I miss having you around. Things feel a bit empty without you here. Jenna's expression softened. I miss you too, Ethan, but I want you to know that even though we're apart, you're still a big part of my life. We can always find ways to stay connected. Her words filled him with hope. You're right. We just need to keep making the effort. As they cleaned up after the picnic, Ethan felt inspired. He wanted to create something special for Jenna, a way to remind her of their friendship, even when she was back in her city. He decided to make a scrapbook of their time together, collecting photos and memories from her visit. That evening, back at his apartment, Ethan gathered all the pictures he had taken during Jenna's stay. He printed them out, each one capturing a moment of laughter, joy, and connection. He included notes about what made each moment special, wanting Jenna to feel how much she meant to him. As he worked on the scrapbook, he felt a sense of purpose. This would be his gift to her, a reminder that their friendship was strong enough to endure any distance. He poured his heart into every page, determined to show her how much their bond mattered. The next day, they went for a hike on the trail Ethan had shown Jenna earlier. The sun was shining, and the air was crisp. After Jenna left, Ethan felt a wave of emptiness wash over him. The days seemed longer, and the laughter that once filled his apartment was replaced by silence. He missed their late-night chats, their spontaneous adventures, and the way she could always make him smile. The distance felt heavier now that she was gone. In the first few days, Ethan struggled to adjust. He went through the motions of his daily routine, but found little joy in anything. He often picked up his phone, ready to text Jenna, only to put it down again, unsure of what to say. He wanted to reach out, but the fear of bothering her held him back. What if she was busy? What if she didn't want to talk? One evening, he sat on his couch, staring at the scrapbook he had made for Jenna. It sat open on the coffee table, filled with memories of their time together. Each page reminded him of the laughter, the shared dreams, and the bond they had built. He realized that it wasn't just a collection of pictures. It was a testament to their friendship, a reminder that they could find ways to stay connected. Suddenly, an idea struck him. Instead of waiting for Jenna to text him, he could take the initiative. He could send her something special, a surprise that would remind her of their friendship. Excited by the thought, Ethan jumped up and began planning. He decided to create a care package filled with things that reminded him of her. He gathered items that held special meaning. Her favorite snacks, a book he thought she would love, a handwritten letter expressing his feelings. He poured his heart into the letter, letting her know how much she meant to him and how important their friendship was. As he packed the box, Ethan felt a sense of hope. This was a way to bridge the distance and show Jenna that he was still there for her, even if they were miles apart. He wrapped everything carefully, making sure it looked nice before sealing the box. The next day, he headed to the post office, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. He mailed the package, imagining Jenna's surprise when she opened it. He hoped it would bring a smile to her face and remind her of the bond they shared. Days went by, and Ethan found himself checking his phone more often. He eagerly awaited a message from Jenna, hoping she had received the package. Finally, a notification popped up. It was from Jenna. "Ethan, I got your package. Thank you so much. I can't believe you sent me all my favorite things," she texted, her excitement clear even through the screen. Ethan's heart soared. "I'm so glad you liked it. I wanted you to have a little piece of home with you. I really needed this. It made my day. Can we set up a video call soon?" Jenna replied, "Absolutely. How about tomorrow evening?" Ethan suggested, feeling eager to see her face again. "Perfect. I can't wait," she replied. The next evening, Ethan prepared for their call, his heart racing with anticipation. When Jenna's face appeared on the screen, he felt a rush of happiness. "Hey, you look great," he said, grinning from ear to ear. "Thanks. I feel great, thanks to you," she replied, holding up a bag of the snacks he had sent. "These are my favorite." They started chatting, and it felt as if no time had passed at all. They laughed, shared stories about their weeks, and discussed their plans for the future. Jenna showed Ethan her new apartment, pointing out decorations she had chosen and the view from her window. "This place is amazing. You've made it your own," Ethan said, feeling proud of her for creating a new life. "Thanks. I'm trying to make it feel like home." "But I still miss you," Jenna admitted, her expression sincere. "I wish we could hang out like we used to." "Me too, but we can still make this work. We just need to keep trying," Ethan replied, feeling hopeful. "I've been thinking we should plan some virtual activities together." "Like what?" Jenna asked, her eyes lighting up with interest. "How about a movie night? We can pick a film, start it at the same time, and chat while we watch," Ethan suggested, feeling excited about the idea. "I love that. We can even make popcorn," Jenna exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. They spent the rest of the call planning their movie night and discussing the films they wanted to watch. Ethan felt a renewed sense of connection, knowing that they were both committed to keeping their friendship strong. As the days turned into weeks, Ethan and Jenna continued their virtual hangouts. They watched movies, played games, and even started their book club, discussing the stories they read together. Each interaction reminded Ethan of the bond they shared, and he felt grateful for the effort they both put in. One evening, while they were on a video call, Jenna looked serious. "Ethan, I've been thinking. I want to come back to visit again soon. I miss you and this place," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. Ethan's heart raced at the thought. "Really? I would love that. We could explore even more places together." "Yes. I want to visit that museum we talked about and go hiking again," she replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Let's make it happen." "I'll plan everything for your next visit," Ethan said, feeling a wave of joy wash over him. As they continued to talk, Ethan realized how far they had come. Despite the challenges of distance, their friendship had only grown stronger. They had found ways to connect, to share their lives, and to support each other through everything. One afternoon, while sitting in his favorite park, Ethan reflected on their journey. He realized that distance could be a challenge, but it could also be an opportunity. It forced him to be creative, to reach out, and to appreciate the friendship he had with Jenna even more. He thought about how they had both grown, how Jenna was thriving in her new city, and how he was learning to adapt to the changes in his life. Their friendship was a testament to the idea that love and connection could overcome any obstacle. As he prepared for Jenna's next visit, Ethan felt a sense of hope and excitement. He knew that their bond was unbreakable, and no matter where life took them, they would always find a way back to each other. In the end, it was the effort they both put into their friendship that mattered most. They had proven that distance was just a number, and their connection was something far more powerful. And so, with each passing day, Ethan took in the warmth of their friendship, knowing that it would continue to thrive, no matter the miles that separated them. As the days turned into weeks, Ethan eagerly awaited Jenna's next visit. They had been planning it for a while, and he was determined to make it special. He wanted to show her how much he appreciated their friendship, and how excited he was to have her back in his life, even if only for a short time. Ethan spent hours making a list of things they could do together. He wanted to revisit their favorite spots, explore new places, and create fresh memories. He even planned a special dinner at the little Italian restaurant they used to love. It felt good to have something to look forward to, a way to bridge the distance that had once felt so daunting. When the day finally arrived, Ethan was up early, filled with anticipation. He double-checked everything, making sure the apartment was tidy and the fridge was stocked with snacks. As the hour of her arrival approached, he felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Would everything go as planned? When Jenna's bus pulled into the station, Ethan stood waiting, scanning the crowd for her familiar face. When he finally saw her, his heart raced. She looked just as he remembered, bright-eyed and full of energy. They rushed into each other's arms, laughter spilling out as they hugged tightly. "I can't believe I'm finally here," Jenna exclaimed, her smile lighting up Ethan's day. "Welcome back." "I've missed you so much," Ethan replied, feeling a rush of happiness. After catching up briefly, they headed back to his apartment. As they walked through the familiar streets, Ethan felt a sense of comfort wash over him. It was as if Jenna had never left, and being together felt completely right. Once back at his apartment, they dropped their bags and settled in. "What's on the agenda for today?" Jenna asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Ethan grinned. "First, we're going to grab lunch at that Italian place we love. Then, I thought we could go to the art museum and see the new exhibition." "Sounds perfect," Jenna replied, her enthusiasm contagious. At the restaurant, they reminisced about old times while enjoying their favorite pasta dishes. Laughter filled the air as they shared stories about their lives since they last saw each other. Jenna told Ethan about her new friends and experiences in the city, while Ethan shared updates about his work and hobbies. "I'm really proud of you for making such a big move," Ethan said. "It takes courage to start fresh in a new place." "Thank you. It hasn't always been easy, but I'm learning and growing," Jenna replied, her voice filled with determination. "And I couldn't have done it without your support." After lunch, they made their way to the art museum. The moment they stepped inside, Jenna's eyes widened in awe. "This place is amazing," she exclaimed, taking in the vibrant colors and beautiful sculptures. As they wandered through the exhibits, Ethan watched Jenna's face light up with every new piece of art. She paused to admire a large painting, her expression thoughtful. "Art has a way of making you feel connected to the world, doesn't it?" she mused. "Yes, it really does. It reminds us that we're all part of something bigger," Ethan agreed, feeling inspired by her words. They spent hours exploring the museum, discussing their favorite pieces and what they meant to them. Ethan felt grateful for this time together, Realizing that these moments were what truly mattered. As the day went on, they decided to take a break at a